WWE got me again. They got me again. Second week in a row, they got me. But this time, they got me twice. But we'll get into that in a second. Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. And as you may or may not know from the title, if you can read, if you can't, that's fine. We're not going to discriminate. You ask somebody to read it for you. I don't know how you typed in to search for this if you don't know how to read, because you gotta, although there are people who can spell but can't read. I don't understand it. I don't know. I'm not a teacher, but we are gonna get into this review and not talk about the mind and all that. Whatever. We'll get to that in another video sometime. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so basically we opened up. They kind of talks about how tonight it's going down to basically the final four after tonight. And Miz says that he wants to see who is hottest. He's tough enough. He wants to see who's tough enough. I get confused because he always wants to see who's hottest. So, but yeah. So next, we go back to the barracks after Gigi was eliminated last week. Amanda brilliantly points out the fact that when people leave, there becomes more empty beds. Thank you, Captain Obvious. It wasn't as dumb as I'm making it out to seem, but I was like, come on now. Really? Really? First off, you're blonde, and then you say a stupid comment like that. You just, come on. Anyway, Amanda tries to start a little bit of kind of subtle drama between Sarah, and I love ZZ because of this one comment. Don't broke what ain't fixed. I want that on a shirt. Don't broke what ain't fixed. Exactly. But yeah, any thoughts about the opening segment or the barracks?
Yeah. First off, don't broke what ain't fixed. I was like, yes. I put that like in a quote, like gave it a whole line by itself, put it in quotation marks, put ZZ behind it so I can make sure, keep that in memory right there. Yeah, Amanda with her whole the beds are empty. Wait a minute. Is this a real video? I'm about to stick up for Amanda here. I'm about to stick up for Amanda. I just kind of felt like she was just. It wasn't necessarily an obvious statement, but that's what a lot of people say. Like have you ever? It's kind of like when you leave somewhere that you love. Like if I go to the beach this week, sometimes next week, if I left on that Friday or if I was there on that Friday, I'll be like, well, last week, I was at the beach. It's obvious, but you still gotta say it. Come on. Look at me defending Amanda. I think she's growing on me a little bit. I think like a fungus, man. I think that's how it's happening. But yeah, I was like, why are the guys just hating on ZZ? Just hating, just hating, still just hating. Uh, they were trying to plant the seeds of doubt too. Like they didn't come out and say it, but they were doing the same thing that Amanda was doing. I was like, y'all like tag teaming? Y'all like, is this a match? Like a handicap match? Y'all just tag back in, just tag back in, Hey ZZ, you're fat. They tag in Justin, cause he's fat, cause he's fat. Like I don't know what they were doing in there. They were, it was upsetting. I was like, come on, quit ganging up on the most popular people. Come on. I just thought it was unfortunate. That's it. Just unfortunate.
Yeah. Next part I kind of liked. It wasn't really a challenge or anything, but this week they had to work with some of the NXT superstars to set up the ring for the next NXT show. I like stuff like this because it kind of shows them what goes into setting up the show. It shows it's not just the superstars in the ring that make up the show. It goes down to the little guy setting up the ring to the guy going to get coffee or whatever. They kind of show appreciation to all of the jobs that people have to do to set up for a show. And I think they did that. I don't remember if they did that on the last season of NXT in 2011, but they've done it in a couple of seasons where they've had them. I think one of the seasons they actually had them work a whole show. They had to set up the ring and everything, and then they had to work backstage and stuff, which was kind of cool. Just kind of it brings you down to earth, kind of, you got to work your way up. You're not just going to be handed a $250,000 contract and then there you go. You still have to work up. And then we get to the challenge now, the challenge that I affectionately named Finish Him, because that's what they were doing. They were starting to I don't know if these are going to be their actual finishes that they're going to use if they win, but they were just kind of getting, starting to think of their own, finishing move, because that's kind of an important part of any WWE superstar. They all have their finishing move that they do. First was Sarah Lee. They talked to Sarah about how, ask her how she feels, how she feels she's done so far. And they tell her, she needs to start to bring it again, because they haven't told her that every week. Leave the girl alone. She's cute.
Wait a minute. The Miz can't say she's hot, but you can say she's cute. Shenanigans.
I can. Anyway, they ask her if she's thought any about a finishing move. She really doesn't come up with anything. Lita suggests an armbar. Unfortunately, Dana Brooke was in this segment. Unfortunately, she did not break Dana's arm, but we can always hope for the best in the future, This is how much I hate Dana Brooke. She even bored me when she was watching Lita talk to Tanner. When you could see her in the background there, I was like, stop. I think it was Lita talking to Tanner, but you could see either way. I don't know. Sorry. Maybe I hate on her too much, but I hate her. So, that's really all that this going. And I think DJ is frozen. I think.
I hope not. I think so.
Well, your picture is, so I was like, uh-oh.
Oh.
That's not good. Anyway, so next we get Tanner. The man, the myth, the legend, Tanner. Tanner says that he wants to fly and be a high flyer. My computer auto-corrected flyer to fleer, because why not? So Billy suggests a crossbody from the top rope. And I actually kind of liked his crossbody. It actually looked pretty good. Wasn't the best. Obviously, it's his first time, but it actually looked pretty good. I don't necessarily like the crossbody as a finisher because I feel like it's not a big move. But they are beginners, so I would have liked more of maybe like a frog splash, because that's still pretty basic, but it's a little bit more flair to it. But I liked it. The only problem that he had was, again, his face. He can't, he doesn't know how to really change facial expression. But so next, it was the Yeti, Big Josh. Yeah, that was horrible. You just disgraced the man. Anyway, Josh wanted to do a power bomb, but because of safety, they suggested that he do more of basically a running power slam. I kind of liked how his finisher came out. It was pretty cool. It was kind of a combination, whip into the corner, and then splash and then turns into the running power slam. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Next was Amanda. And oh God, Amanda and Dana in the same ring. This is my own personal hell. She did a basically a tornado DDT on the ropes, basically the Dudley Dog, I think it was called. It used to be called. But again, unfortunately, she didn't break Dana's face. I'm sorry, I hate her, and I'm never gonna stop. It's not gonna happen. So if anyone's offended, I apologize, but it has to be. Next we got my boy ZZ. I'm still happy he's still here. It's cool. But before I get to ZZ, did anyone hear this correctly? Did Billy say Dana has talent? One half of my favorite tag team ever just said that Dana Brooke has talent. I can't live anymore. I really like ZZ's. He actually did a submission, which I guess he's going to call the Gator Grip. I thought it was pretty cool, and it works for him. Any thoughts on any of the finishers this week?
Yeah. First off, we had a Dana Brooke sighting, and I knew Casey was going to be like elated as soon as he saw her. I was just a little confused because I was confused because at one point there was either 2 Dana Brooks or 2 Amandas in the ring at the same time, and I was like, what's going on? I was really confused for a little bit there. Then I realized there were 2 separate people, Amanda and Dana Brooke, and I was like, oh, okay, I see. But yeah, like as far as first off setting up the ring, I thought that was cool because I'm a big component of you kind of need to know where you're going before you go. Like you kind of need to know like what the guys who are under you are doing before you get above them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's kind of like when you're going to be a manager somewhere, you kind of need to work, as a regular old guy before you can just be a manager. I feel like same thing with them. I feel like they, you need to know how to set up the ring. You don't necessarily need to know it, but I think it's just a good thing to know, like how hard these guys work to set up the ring in order for you to get in it and do your thing as well. I was really just getting frustrated with Sarah in this episode. Just I don't know what it was. Don't get me wrong, I love Sarah, and it may be the fact that she still, after I accidentally deleted my Snapchat account, she still didn't add me back on Snapchat, and I am upset about it. I am emotionally harmed right now. No, I'm not sure, but like it was just. Here we go. What do you want?
How do you accidentally delete your Snapchat account? What did you do?
See, I had 2 accounts by accident, or I had 2 accounts anyway. I had 2 accounts, and I was deleting one because I didn't need the other one. So I put in the wrong email and the wrong password, and it just happened to delete itself. And it's just how it happened. Yep. Yep. But yeah, like I was just like, how has she not thought of a finisher yet? I was like, even I, as a fan, knowing I'll never be a wrestler, have thought of a potential finisher that I would like the Tiger Bomb. Yeah, I love that move, man. That's my move. The Tiger Bomb or a splash. I've always been a big splash guy. Or a power bomb. I've always been a power bomb type of a guy. So yeah, I've thought about it, and I feel like at least once you've been like, let's see, you've at least thought about it. Like she was like just lost, and I'm like, no, figure out something. But I felt like Booker and Billy were being really, really hard on her for no freaking reason. I'm like, if you're gonna constructively criticize people, why don't you constructively criticize everyone and not just Sarah and ZZ? That's how I felt. That's how I felt personally. Why don't you do it to everybody? Because all of them got flaws. I mean, Amanda, I hate the girl, so she gotta have some sort of flaw. I'm just saying. But I like this. They gave her like the leg sweep armbar type of combination there. Tanner, looking to be a flyer, looking to be, Adrian Neville or something like that. And I see it. I see it. You know, hitting the old cross body. But he just couldn't change his expression, and I was like, bruh, I feel you though. I feel you with that. So, sometimes it's just how it is. It's just how it is. Sarah smiles too much, and Tanner can't change his expression. But Tanner don't get a lot of blame for not changing his expression, though. I don't feel like. Feel like Sarah, they be like just stomping her a mud hole in the corner, bringing Stone Cold in and all that. And I'm like, why? I just think it's too hard on that girl. They just too hard on it. They just too hard. And then Josh, my boy, oh God, that was worse than the first one. But my boy Josh wants the power bomb, and I was like, yeah. I was like, this is why I like this guy. This is why I like this guy. Me and him, we get it. We get it. Power bombs for days, baby. He wanted the power bomb, but the judges say that's just too much. It's just too much, Josh. Nah, and they give him the running power slam, and I like how that came together with the splash in the corner, the Yeti call, all of that. That one kind of had me interested in like what Mata's would look like, because I know Mata had his own little like gimmick type of a thing. Before he left, I was like interested. I'm like, I wonder what Mata's little finisher would look like. I wonder what some of the people that have been eliminated that had like a lot of charisma and like all of that. I kind of was curious to like thinking in the back of my mind. I wonder what theirs would have been. And then Amanda just wants to be flashy, and she does a corner bulldog and no, and I just don't like her still. I like her a little bit more. Like she's grown on me a little bit in this episode, but I mean, maybe I know what it was. I'm really positive. POP, power positivity, about Dana Brooke. So seeing them both, in the same ring together, basically the same person, I was like, okay, I can have a positive outlook on this. That's what it was. I think so. I think so. And I love the ZZ Gator grip. Yeah, I love the ZZ Gator grip. I'll talk a little bit more about ZZ here in a minute, because I am tired of these people acting like they know ZZ's athletic status. But continue, Casey. Continue with the show.
Can my finisher be the ACH suicide dive? Because it's awesome. And I don't know how it would be a finisher, because you can't normally pin somebody outside the ring. But I'm going to make it my finisher anyway. Let's get back into the show before we go off. That'll probably be another video, just what our finishers would be. So let's see, where are we at? We go back to the barracks. They talk about we're talking about their finishers and what the guys think they need to work on, since they'll be in the bottom three this week. We got a little bit of an Amanda sob story to ZZ, and some more bromance between Josh and Tanner. They're making dinner together. It was all romantic and whatnot. Anyway, any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Got a little bit of thoughts. Let's see. Still, I mean, they were still just hating on ZZ, and I'm like, come on, man. When they were trying to act like they were trying to like tell each other like what the problems were, and trying to function as an actual, not non-dysfunctional group, and they were still dysfunctional. They were still just hating on ZZ. Shout out to ZZ though, getting that. As much as I don't like Amanda, as much as I hate that girl, as much as I don't want her to succeed. Actually, I do want her to succeed. I just don't like her portrayal on this show. As much as I don't like this girl, ZZ was spitting the game though. I ain't gonna lie. He was getting it. Like on the tough talk, she tried to act like You know, she was trying to act like she would pick Josh over ZZ, and I'm like, ZZ was spitting the game though. Like I mean, you saw that, right? You saw ZZ. He's about, he's about to take it to another room. That's why they cut the camera off. I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes, man. I saw it. Shout out to ZZ for spitting the game on the girl I don't like. but yeah, that's about all I got. That's about all I got.
ZZ spin the game. All right. I don't know. So next, we're just gonna move on because I don't know what to say to that. Next, they tried to see who thinks quickest. First we start out with my boy ZZ, and wait a second, ZZ went to college for psychology. Did I hear that right? What?
Wait a minute. I could have swore. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought this man was only like 18 or 7. like wasn't that man like 18 coming in? Like, yeah. I know they got the thing where you can. Maybe he took some college classes or something. Maybe he was like pursuing psychology.
Maybe he's secretly a genius and just advanced so quickly, and this is just a cover.
Maybe. I mean, you can get a college degree in high school, but maybe that's what he did. Maybe he did something like that, and he just happened to take some psychology. I don't know. They probably didn't have any idea what they were talking about.
I don't know. Anyway, Paige asks him what's the first thing he'll do with $250,000. He says he's gonna train hard, as hard as he can, and give it back to his fans, which was kind of cool. Just put it back into working to be the best he can be. Daniel questions ZZ, saying that the coaches supposedly said he was the whole package. I didn't really write anything about his response. Miz asked him how he couldn't have known about the physical demand in a show called Tough Enough. He said that throughout his life he never reached that peak of physical demand. I don't know. I guess, wrestling alligators doesn't get you to the peak demand. I don't know. I've never done it, so I don't know how hard it is. I don't know. But next we get Sarah. Jericho asks her thoughts on the political climate in China. She likes to stay neutral on that, so it's cool. I do too. I like to stay neutral on that, Daniel asks her which coach is the hardest on her and why. She says Booker because he doesn't like her smiling all the time. I mean, come on now, Booker. Why don't you like to smile? Oh, man, thought he was a happy guy. I guess he's not a happy guy. Next, we get Tanner. Daniel asks Tanner how he thinks he can change his lack of facial expression. He says acting lessons. He says he's been using a camera to work on his facial expressions, which is unique, I guess. It works. Miz asks if the WWE Universe should be sympathetic for Tanner's lack of charisma. Tanner says he doesn't have a lack of charisma. He has a lack of being able to change his facial expressions. There's a difference. There's a difference. I don't know. Amanda's next. Daniel asks her why her brother beat up her past boyfriend. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Or how he knew that.
Or how he knew that. She said that growing up, they were very protective of her and decided to just jump the dude and punch him in the face because that's cool, Daniel also asks her why she thinks she's better suited to be a diva than Sarah. She says she has everything. She has what it takes. She has the it factor. Then she looked up some more stuff in the generic answers encyclopedia. because she got that in her back pocket for all the generic answers, and she used them all. Miz asked her for her phone number. Oh wait, no, he didn't do that. My bad. He's married, so he couldn't ask her for her number because his wife would find out. But Miz asked her how her planting the seed of doubt in Sarah's mind is going to make the WWE Universe want to vote for her. She says that maybe the WWE Universe will see the real Sarah. What? This didn't make any sense to me. If you follow her Snapchat, you've seen the real Sarah. She's just a sweet girl. Man, next we get Josh. Jericho asks him what he's most proud of in his life, and he says his daughter. Jericho asks how important being a good father is to him, and he says basically giving her everything that he didn't have is huge. Miz says that Billy said Josh began the show in the shadows and now is in superstar mode. Miz asks if that was a strategy all along. Josh says that if it wasn't planned. Things just naturally happened. Paige asked if he would ever let ZZ babysit. He said absolutely not. I don't know why he wouldn't. I wouldn't let ZZ babysit my kids. Like he would be a great babysitter. I feel like he might wrestle them and tape their mouth shut. But that's just what he does. It's cool. They're gonna be all right. Any thoughts on this? Kind of not really drilling. It was weird. It was I don't know. Any thoughts on this segment?
Yeah. It was interesting. To say the least, I think. And while I'm going through this, I'm gonna go through some of the drilling of the Tough Talk part 2, because a lot of that was really interesting. Like some of the stuff that was said. As far as ZZ is concerned, I can't and maybe it's because ZZ's such a likable guy, and maybe he is pulling this big old swerve. Vince Russo is writing the entire ZZ playbook right now. I don't know, but I just can't not like the guy. And when they talk about how he doesn't work hard in the gym, I'm like, well, you're gonna say that obviously because it's a competition. Why wouldn't you say that? Why would you be like, yeah, man, he's working harder than me, man. I can't do nothing, man. Why would you say that? Like, you wouldn't say that. That doesn't show any confidence in yourself at all. And first, I'm tired of them acting like ZZ is using the fans, to get his votes. Because if you're gonna make it a fan vote, don't get mad when the fans don't vote who you want to vote in. As far as not necessarily the fans, but the wrestlers, the panelists, and people like that. Don't get mad if that's how you made the show and you want to be happy with it, 75% of the time. Then the rest of the time, don't be upset about it. And during the Tough Talk show, they were talking about how ZZ, Daniel Bryan, one of the most genuine guys, from a fan standpoint, I know. He talked about how he went into the gym and he saw ZZ kind of phoning it in and doing stuff like that and not really working on his cardio and stuff like that. And to that, I say, still, even coming from Daniel Bryan, I'm like, do I really want to believe this? Because number one, good cardio doesn't come overnight. Number two, I feel like if you can have good cardio, you can have good in-ring cardio and be terrible just running. You know what I mean? I feel like for example, when I was a basketball player, I had good cardio on the basketball court, but if I just had to go out and run, it probably wasn't gonna happen. It's all about what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're trying to put this thing on ZZ like he doesn't have the cardio, and I feel like being a Gator wrestler, he has to have some sort of decent cardio. They kind of. I'm sure they fight back. I'm sure they just don't lay there and be like, just take me, ZZ, just take me. I don't think it's how it goes. Sarah, as far as the hardest coach, yeah, I agree with that. I think Booker is hard on her, but I think Billy's hard on her too. I think Lita would be the easiest coach on her. Um, but I don't know why they're so hard on her. Like, heaven forbid she smiles a little. She smiles. I mean, like, Tanner can't even do that. They don't get mad at him though. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But and Tanner, I love how once again Tanner just fought for it. Like, I don't have a lack of charisma. I just can't change my facial expression. It may have not sounded like the greatest thing ever, but he said something good. I felt like, I felt like I was fine with it. I love at least Tanner will fight for what he believes in, I guess you could say. Fight for how he feels about himself, I guess, more so. I feel like that's a good thing about Tanner. Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. So this is one thing I'm gonna say. Amanda on the Tough Talk show said, she talked about how she obviously on this show she talked about how she wasn't the, she was trying to get kind of over with the fans in weird ways. Well, she took it a little step farther. I think she might even cross the line with this one. On the Tough Talk show, Amanda calls Sarah Lee a ring rat. If you don't know what a ring rat is, because I didn't know what it was, a ring rat is a male or female, that's maybe trying to get into the business, maybe a wrestler that kind of, sleeps with the competitors a little bit, has a little fun, I guess you could say, with not the competitors, but the wrestlers, the authority, to try to, sneak their way in. My issue with that is I don't think Sarah Lee was like just sleeping with random fans, let me, hey, are you a fan of me? All right, come on, let's go back to the bed. I don't think that's how that happened. I don't think. She never gave me a call or nothing, so I don't think, that never happened. But yeah, like, that didn't make any sense to me either, because even if the authority and the Vince McMahon or whoever is over the show is controlling some of it, I feel like it's still a fan vote. I just felt like that was a little bit much for me personally. I just felt like these questions were really random. And shout out to Josh for just being Josh. Gonna win this whole thing. Gonna win the thing. That's all I gotta say. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, Sarah. I can't talk right now. Yes, I'm gonna vote for you. You don't gotta come. I mean, we can do some stuff tonight. You my girl. But it's sorry. I had a call I had to take. But no, Sarah does not sleep around. Anyway, now ZZ on the other hand, let's go to the final please. I have nothing really to say about Tanner or ZZ, but Josh. Josh used a lollipop as a mic. Thoughts on the final please?
First off, that boy is gold, man. Gold. He is about as gold as a watch that I'm not wearing right now, as a watch that I don't even have, a watch that I can't afford. The man is golden. Lollipop microphone, man. Who is calling me on Google Plus, man? It's Justin, of course. Human spoiler machine is calling me. This just in. No, but that man is gold, man. That man is gold. I don't care what anybody says. The man is gold. Not only look, he did two things. He had a microphone, and he got in the good graces of Paige. I mean, I ain't, Josh has got it going on right now. I'm pretty sure he's married, but anyway, or has a girlfriend one. But Josh is killing it right now. I mean, he already setting it up to win. Yeti Nation. You know, let's go. Let's go, Yeti Nation. Come on, come on, come on.
Okay. Calm down there. Anyway, so the elimination this week was Tanner. Are you done? Let it out. Let it out.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Anyway, yes, it was Tanner. I was extremely surprised. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love ZZ, but I would never have expected the final two to be Josh and ZZ on the male side, at least. I just, I don't know. I mean, we don't need your thoughts on the elimination because I think we got it. But do you have any thoughts on the elimination?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just funny because I remember last week, you know, a particular co-host was really hard on me when my girl Gigi went home. So I just thought I would make sure I returned the favor. You know, I just personally thought I returned the favor for all that last week. But no, I was kind of surprised that Tanner went home, but out of these three, I really wasn't because I feel like, you know, Josh, you know, as a, I guess you could say, quote unquote, character, and his in ring work has been really good too. I feel like he's kind of made himself the total package a little bit. And Tanner, you know, obviously there's still uh, the changing facial expressions factor. I was going to say charisma, but, you know, he let us know that's not it. You know, the changing facial expressions factor that was maybe hindering him. One thing to note, though, Josh actually got more votes than ZZ did this week, apparently. I didn't even look at the numbers. I usually do a pretty good job of looking at the numbers, but I didn't do it this week for some reason. And apparently Josh got more votes than ZZ. So that's interesting going into next week because, you know, it could, you know, you never know what could happen now, which I think is probably what the plan was, right? But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just more excited for next week. You know, the finale to see Amanda lose. Please, please. I can't take two Dana Brooks. I'm already good with the first one. I can't have another one, man. I can't do it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with ZZ and Josh, man. Hey, those are my two picks at the beginning. Yeah, I think my dark horse was ZZ and my pick was Josh. So either way, you know, I'm doing pretty good for myself. And I'm pretty sure my pick may have been Sarah Lee on the other side. I can't remember. It wasn't Gigi because I didn't like Gigi until week one. So I don't know. I can't remember. I have to look back at that because I can't remember who my pick was as far as the females because I know I was like I have no idea. You know, the pink girl was gone and I was like I have no idea. That's all I remember from that.
I think ZZ was my dark horse too. I think. I'll have to look back too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm excited for next week. You know, the finale apparently. So yeah, we will. I guess they're gonna have their first match in the ring that the judges sit in. So apparently that ring is actually going to be used. It's not just a stupid prop that is stupid and stupid. I don't know why, but I never liked that. It was dumb to me. I don't know. But apparently they're actually going to use it, so they're going to have their first match. Obviously, it's not going to be an amazing match, but it's going to be, you know, kind of just see who's come along the most, who, you know, works on their finisher the most. Jason Jordan's going to be there probably. I don't know. Blue Pants is going to be there because Dana Brooke was so bad. You know, I'm surprised they used Dana Brooke and Jason Jordan I know they've been using Jason for a while, but I was surprised that they used Dana Brooke just because I feel like she's not really a fan favorite in general. Not even me not liking her, but she just doesn't seem like. I would think they would pick somebody, that is more maybe like Emma or somebody, because Jason Jordan in NXT is, pretty over. So I feel like he's way more over than Dana Brooke. So it was just kind of weird for me to see those two. But anyway, I guess it's whoever they want and whoever is available. I don't really know how they do that. It would be cool to know how they decide who's going to, help out with the training. And it was weird not seeing any special guests this week. I felt like it made the show feel a little bit shorter, not having any special guests. But, yeah, next week is the finale, which it seemed like this season went by really quick. Hopefully it's not the end. Hopefully we will get another season pretty soon. Hopefully we don't have to wait another, 4 years for another season. Hopefully they do change it a little bit because this season was kind of hit or miss, But yeah, that's going to be our Tough Enough review for this week. Surprise, but we'll see what happens. The battle between ZZ and Josh, and the battle between Amanda and our girl Sarah Lee. So we will see you then. Follow the Twitter, subscribe, like, comment, follow. Well, don't follow him on Snapchat because he deleted his. But if you want mine, you can ask me on Twitter. But we will be back for either NXT, TNA, or Ring of Honor. One of the two. I don't know. We never know exactly what. We tried to set up a schedule and that didn't work. So you just got to work with us. We do our best, But we got a couple other stuff coming up. SummerSlam's coming up. There's so much stuff coming up the next couple weeks that we are just gonna go crazy and cry in the corner. So you'll probably see that. We'll probably make that a video too. Let's be honest, because we do anything for views. Anything. See you later. Peace.